Hey everyone, welcome back. So today is Thursday. Hope you guys had a great day. We're going to take a look at obviously Bitcoin, see what's going on with that. It's not looking good, at least right now, but we may be in a reversal pattern here. So we'll take a look at that. We'll take a look at the miners, see how they did today on the market as well. It wasn't a good day for those guys either. For the markets themselves, wasn't too good. I think the Nasdaq was the only one that was up today. And then we'll take a look at LUXFF. They provided their financials for period ending May 31st. We'll take a look at that. We also have some kind of bad news. They're kind of selling more miners. So we'll take a look at that. And then we got Coinbase Blackrock announcement as well. We'll take a look at that one going forward. But as always, you guys know the drill here. I'm invested in the following coins and companies for full disclosure. And let's get into Bitcoin here right now. Excuse me. So Bitcoin right now is at 22,906. We did finish the day today at 7 o'clock Eastern or Central Time on the chart in the red below the 200 weekly moving average on it. And we are now green. We are kind of looking to be above that 200 weekly moving average. We'll have to see if we actually close on it. If we don't, we might be going down further, which then our next support might be right around here at 21,200 or so. We see a little bit of support here and here as well. So we'll see if that actually holds or not. Other than that, if we go above it, we'll obviously going to be battling with that resistance at 23,800 roughly on here. So we'll just have to see how it goes right now on the 1 hour chart. We can see that we were close to being oversold here towards the couple hours earlier. So this is, I'm recording this kind of late. It's like 9 o'clock, almost 10 o'clock Central Time. So this is going to be a late video for us today. But we can see that it's obviously going back up. The not so good thing right now is on the RSI. RSI is at 54. Last time we were about here, we were much higher in price. So short term, it's a little unknown. Looks a little bearish right now. But we'll see how that continues going forward. Let's take a look at Ethereum here also. Right now, Ethereum is obviously down for the day, but it's up actually within the last couple hours. So it's at 1,655 right now. And basically, I mean, it's been down, well, almost 7 days like Bitcoin has. If we look at Bitcoin, you can see it's been down 7 days in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. After battling with that resistance there, it fell down. And Ethereum has been doing pretty much the same thing, except it did have one slightly green day here 3 days ago. So we'll have to keep an eye on it and see what happens here. Let's get into the stocks here really quick. Annie was actually up today, 0.177% to 70 cents. Then we got Argo. Argo was down 0.44% to 49 cents, almost 50 cents. Bit Digital was down 3.13% to $1.55. Bitfarms was down 4.35 to $1.54. CleanSpark was down 5.39 to $4.39. Cores was down 10.54% to $2.63. DigiHost was down 2.27% to $1.29. DMG was down 6.19% to 29 cents. Hive was down 1.99% to $4.92. Hut 8 was down 4.17% to $2.30. Iris Energy was down 7.71% to $4.43. LUXFfolio was down 3.85% to 12 cents. Marathon was up 1.05% to $13.42, and Mawson was up 1.43% to 85 cents. Riot was up 7.4% to $8.18, and Stronghold was up 2.86% to $2.52 right now. So it was a kind of mixed bag for the miners, but the ones that were up just barely. But we obviously had some that were down more than 5% on the day. So let's get into the news here on BlackRock, and then we'll get into LUXFfolio. And we'll call it a day here. So Coinbase has been obviously on a tear lately, up 10% today, up another 20% yesterday, I believe. So it's obviously trading on the BlackRock deal here. And here's the important parts of it. So shares of Coinbase soared Thursday after the crypto exchange announced a partnership with BlackRock that will allow its institutional clients to buy Bitcoin. This is one of those things that we've always been looking for. Obviously, more institutional base investors is a good thing, whether it's hedge funds, it's regular funds, it's retirement funds. The more people that we get into the space investing in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and possibly some of the other ones, but the two that I really do like is Bitcoin and Ethereum. I think that will obviously help with the price of Bitcoin, have it go up a little bit more, maybe stabilize it as well, but we'll have to see. So services in the company's Prime offering will be available to clients of BlackRock's portfolio management platform from institutional investors, Aladdin, the company said on its blog. Coinbase will provide crypto trading, custody, prime brokerage, and reporting capabilities. BlackRock is the largest asset manager in the world with more than $8 trillion under management. That is a lot of cash there. They could possibly, even if we get 0.5% of that, it goes into it. It's going to be a lot of cash that goes into possibly Bitcoin. Here's a quote. Our institutional clients are increasingly interested in gaining exposure to digital asset markets, and are focused on how to efficiently manage the operational life cycle of these assets. Joseph Chalom, Global Head of Strategic Ecosystem Partnerships at Blackrock, said in a statement, the partnership will let them manage their Bitcoin exposure directly in their existing portfolio management and trading workflows. So that's obviously good. And then obviously we have here, many investors maintain that institutional adoption is key to increasing the maturation, stability, and price of Bitcoin and perhaps the broader crypto market. And I tend to agree with that statement as well. So that's what's going on there. That's obviously huge news for not only Coinbase, but I think for Bitcoin in general and crypto. Getting BlackRock on board is a huge win for us here. So I think this is something that we should celebrate here. All right, let me see if I can do this properly here. Hopefully I don't screw this up. Going to my iPad here. So let's see here if this works. All right, perfect, that works. Okay. So this is LUXFfolio's condensed financial statements for the 3 and 9 months ended May 31st of 2022 and 2021. This was reported on August 2nd, and I think, let me see if I can find it right here. The person that actually let me know about this was on Twitter. And let me see here, who was that? Notifications. It wasn't on Twitter. I think it was actually on YouTube. Somebody actually let me know on YouTube that their numbers were out. Okay, I can't remember the name, so I do apologize, but thank you to them for providing me this information that LUXFfolio did announce this information or provide it on Cedar. So here's the important parts of it that we're going to get into really quick, just their assets, revenue, and things like that. So here's their assets as of May 31st, right there. Excuse me. Current assets is at 1.9 million right here, which is about a little bit higher than we had it back in August 31st of 2021, which is here, which is good. The other part of it, total assets, is over here, 28.6 million, which is good, which is also higher than the 9 months ago. Current liabilities is up significantly to 8.4 million from 4.7, and total liabilities is up to 13 from 9.4. So obviously about, what is that, 4 million or so, 4 million in added liabilities. Total shareholder equity is up to 15 million here from 9.9, which is good. And we'll take a look at the ratios here, my other spreadsheet here in a minute, but we'll go over that again. Revenue was at 2.7 million here. This is just for their Bitcoin mining. I'm not counting hosting, but in all, total revenue was 2.89, almost 2.9 million. And we don't have for the 3 months ended here, so this is a new number for us. And for the 9 months, there was 8.9 million, and total revenue was 9.3 million, which is fine. The expense for operating expense was 3.6 million, obviously here, compared to a year ago, which was 397, which is a big difference here between the two. But we also see that Bitcoin mining wasn't even, a part of it here. So that is expense for electricity, which is fine. And let me see here. Basic and diluted net loss per share was -3 cents. Number of shares has drastically increased as well from a year ago. A year ago, they had 32 million shares. This year, they have 74 million. So that's basically double. That's a 2x in share dilution over the last 12 months on them, which is obviously not good. Let's see if there's anything else. I think that was it that I had on here that I wanted to show you guys, and then we'll get into something else here as well. So, yep, I believe that was it that I had marked on here. Let's go to the next one here, which was right there. This is their numbers, or their, what am I looking for? Page 1. This is their interim MD&A. So quarterly highlights for the 3 and 9 months ended May 31st. And here's the important parts of it. So it's not looking too good for LUXFF right now as far as having cash on hand, and might be in a little bit of cash crunch right now. So the company achieved gross revenue of 2.6 million or 70.68 BTC during the 9 months ended May 31st. From Bitcoin mining operations, hash rate increased from 139 petahash to 180, and I think it's actually lower than that now, but we'll get into that and the reason why for it. Important part here. So they closed the sale of 970 Bitcoin Bitmain miners for 3.5 million and entered a 2-year immersion hosting contract with a third party. These miners were sold for approximately 3.6K each. Based on the calculation, 3.5 million divided by 970, you get 3.6K, which is obviously, and these are the 100 terahash miners. So those were last year going for 12,000. So obviously a huge decrease in price on those. And they also agreed to a sale transaction of 590 of the Avalon miners, and those were sold for total proceeds of 450,000. Those were basically sold at $762 a piece, and those are the 90 terahash miners. So that is obviously a big loss on those. I don't know how much they paid for those, but 100 terahash, 90 terahash, I don't think the price should have been that far off. I think they were basically selling those because they needed to, unfortunately. And somebody knew it, and they got a really good deal at it. The other part of it here, so immersion cooling system, one of the challenging factors of Bitcoin mining in New Mexico is the heat during the summer months. To optimize the efficiency of the Bitcoin miners, the company purchased immersion technology from CES IntelliFlex and paid a deposit of 1.5 million against, obviously, the purchase price of 2.6 million. In December 2021, the immersion equipment was delivered to the New Mexico facility in July 2022. So this is obviously good. They at least got the equipment. They can start making on these miners here that they sold for 970. And the way this is going to work is, let's say those are 100 terahash with air cooling. With immersion cooling, let's say they can get those to 130 terahash. So basically that 30 terahash is going to be their profit on this deal, by the way it looks like right now. Disposition of Bitcoin miners. So on July 15th, the company announced the sale of 970 Bitcoin miners, right? We already covered this in a previous video, I believe. And related immersion mining agreement with the purchaser. Proceeds from the sale amounted to 3.5 million. The company agreed on July 27th, so this was just within the last week, to sell an additional 590 Avalon miners for proceeds of 450, of which 310 has been paid as the date of this interim MDA, with balance due upon delivery. So that's fine. We'll take a look at the spreadsheet that I have for them as well. And then here's the other part. I knew that they were mining Filecoin, or trying to do that. So the company, having completed the research into Filecoin, has discontinued its Filecoin mining operations. So those are no longer of key concern to the management, where the uncertainty of the future token economics and the length of time required to commercialize the storage offering. Ultimately, we continue to believe Filecoin would be a leader in decentralized storage. However, recent changes in the broader crypto industry have extended time horizons and marginalized the return potential, which is also true. So they're kind of getting out of that. The company's objectives over the next 12 months include expanding its Bitcoin immersion mining at the New Mexico facility. So that's a plus. Let me see here. That's a plus. And securing additional power supply opportunities to expand the company's current footprint in immersion cooling, which is also good. Obviously, the big concern here is obviously having cash to do this. And I believe that is it. So we don't have much to go by as far as what they had from prior year mining, so we can't compare it. They're obviously pretty small here at 180 petahash, but I think they're going to be actually smaller based on the 590 that they sold just recently. So let's get into my numbers that I have for them, and we'll go over all that. So there's that. All right, so there's a screen. So here's what we did. So the 590 that they are selling, which we wrote down here, put a little comment, sold July 27th. These were all sold. I did reduce that from, you can see it possibly here, minus the 53.1, which are these. These were the 990 that were sold, I believe. It was 990, 500. Then we sold also 100, so it was 970 that were sold here. We reduced those. Those are out of there. And the reason I kept those in here is because I had them in for January, February, March, April, May, June, and July. In July, I reduced the number of days that they were mining to 27. I don't know if they were shut down on that day or not. I'm just kind of guessing on that. But going forward, obviously in August, those are out. So those are no longer. So that gets us to a potential of 213 petahash for what they have now, plus whatever they can mine off the 970 miners here. If we just do the math on that, 970, what is that? Actually, oh, that would have been hard to do right now. Let me see here, 800, so that would have been 97 petahash. So 97 times, so Control Z. Let me see here, 97 times 0.3. They may get 29, maybe petahash out of that deal with the immersion cooling where they're gonna be mining on that. That might be a little on the high end. We might be closer to like 24, 23 petahash gain on that. So based on that, what we know now is those are gone. We did not get any updates as far as July production updates. So we don't know if they added any other miners of these 860 that are left here. And based on that information, looking at August right now, we are at 127 petahash of operating machinery right now as it stands, as it looks like. That's what I have met right now. And based on that, like I said, we don't have June update. Oh, geez, we don't have June or July update, it looks like, on them. I thought we had June. Let me see here if I'm missing something. Nope, don't have June. So we're obviously missing June and July for them right now, which obviously is a good sign. They have been pretty consistent at providing information, but we'll have to keep an eye on that one. So current hash rate 127 petahash, future 213. They're about 59% installed right now. Average hash rate per mine is 100, which is fine and dandy, and looking like they should be closer to probably 27 cents, between 40 if you give them a PE of 5. Obviously, they're not growing very far, which you could even say they could get like a 3 or 4 PE, 21 cents. Not a lot of growth there, so that's obviously concerning. Still, I don't know if they're overvalued or undervalued right now. I think they're a little bit undervalued, but based on their future growth, they're not going to be making much. So, and plus, I'm showing now 88 million shares out. They continue to keep diluting, which is also not a good sign. What else do I want to show you? The ratios. So let's take a look at it here. So there we go. LUXFfolio. Total current assets is about 2 million, 1.9 million. This was on 5/31, right, for May. Total current liabilities, 8.4 million. Current ratio of 0.236, which isn't good. They basically don't have enough cash to pay the current liabilities. Total liabilities is 13 million. Total equity is 15. That gives you a debt to equity ratio of 0.877, which is also pretty high. And current assets minus total liabilities, you're at negative 11 million. They did get, I believe, a 2 million. I don't think it was a loan. I think it was 2 million injection from somebody for X amount of shares of the company. So that obviously took it down a little bit, but they are still having trouble, might be in trouble having to pay, all the debt off compared to where they are right now in total liabilities. But if we do look at let me see if I have this here. Let's go back to my iPad screen here. There we go. Let's see here. That's revenue. Total assets is 28 million. And then obviously current total liability is about 15 million. So if they had to sell some assets or something like that, they might be able to get by on that. But I think they're going to have to start raising more capital in order to get by. And that might be through share dilution or something like that, which is unfortunate, which is also going to possibly drive the stock down even further. So LUXFfolio is one. You have to do a lot of your own research and then decide on your own whether or not to invest in them. And I'll just leave it at that. So thank you so much for watching. This is it for that one. I'm kind of surprised that the miners are not providing more of their July production updates. Usually we'd get a bunch within a short period of time, within like the first 5 days. And right now it's kind of slow. It's kind of concerning a little bit. but hopefully like provide those out. It would be a shame if they stop doing that, because then it's going to make it a lot harder for us to figure out what they're actually making. But we can manage somehow. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, helps me out tremendously. Thank you to my Patreon members, and the spreadsheet is available to them as well. And that's it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully we'll get some more updates from the miners. Other than that, have a great night. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.